Live, local, late breaking. This is 4029 News at 5 on the Arkansas CW.
Good afternoon, I'm Chip Scarborough. What a difference a day makes. Much nicer out there today. This is a live look outside on this last Sunday of April. It's been a bit breezy at times, but an overall great day to be outdoors. So, how long can we enjoy the calm after the storm? Meteorologist William Morrison is here to take us through the rest of our Sunday and into our Monday, William.
Yeah, definitely get out and enjoy this calm weather. We deserve it, especially after yesterday's rainstorms that moved through. Plenty of sunshine mixed with the clouds that we have out there. Certainly greening up out there as well. As my wife and I were talking about that this morning on our drive to church, how green really things are out there. It's also pretty muggy out there as well, as dew point temperatures are comfortably in the 60s for a lot of us. Temperatures out there are in the 70s, in the 80s for some of us in the River Valley. We're expecting a mild and muggy overnight tonight, waking up tomorrow morning with temperatures in the mid 60s for the start of our Monday. By and large, Monday will be a quiet day. It's not until late in the day for some of us that we'll be tracking the threat for some severe weather to potentially return, and that threat could continue for several days thereafter. I'll talk about that potential coming up in just a bit.
William, thank you. It's that time of year when strawberries are back in season and being grown throughout Northwest Arkansas. But what impact is Mother Nature having? 4029's Jacob Murphy is live at the Rivercrest Orchard in Fayetteville, one of the most popular spots for strawberries. Jacob.
Well, Chip, Mother Nature is definitely being nice today here in Northwest Arkansas. It is a fantastic day out here, and there are thousands of strawberries here, and people have been out all afternoon picking strawberries and getting their own strawberries for home. Now, these strawberries here at the farm, they started getting ripe back in towards the beginning of April, and they were first available to the public last weekend. The main farmer says strawberries are the most challenging crop to grow here on the farm, especially here in Northwest Arkansas and this area of the country with changing weather conditions and those long stretches of rain we typically see around the March and April periods.
It seems to me that every year about the time strawberries start getting ready to pick, it starts raining in Northwest Arkansas. So, I mean, it's nothing new to us to deal with the rain. We just got to stay on top of picking, make sure we keep all of our picking caught up, because if we get behind on picking and it starts raining and we can't get in the field, then it goes from bad to worse quick.
Now, the strawberry picking process, it seems simple, but it's definitely complicated, and that weather can change things quickly for those farmers that are growing strawberries here in Northwest Arkansas. So, coming up at 9 and 10, we'll take a deep dive into the process on how exactly these strawberries get ready for the public to come out here and pick them and get that good strawberry. Not the strawberries you get at the store, but the good ones you can get out here in this beautiful weather. Live in Fayetteville, Jacob Murphy, 4029 News.
We will be watching for it, Jacob. Thank you. 2 Arkansas firefighters are among the roughly 140 firefighters nationwide who are set to be honored during the National Fallen Firefighters Memorial in Maryland. It's scheduled for May 3rd and 4th in Emmitsburg, Maryland. The National Fallen Firefighters Foundation will commemorate 70 firefighters who died in the line of duty in 2024 and 70 firefighters who died in previous years. Among the fallen are 2 Arkansans, Chief Philip P. Christensen from Fort Smith. He died in February of 2023 at the age of 54. And Captain Jim McCammon from Harrison. He was 64 when he died in May of 2019. Both died of complications from cancer. Hundreds of streetlights in Springdale are turning red to honor fallen firefighters who lost their lives in the line of duty. You'll notice them outside of Springdale fire stations, also along Emma Avenue, as well as around City Hall and near schools. It starts tonight and runs through next Saturday night. Firefighters no doubt put in thousands of hours to train, and they work hard to be prepared for any emergency.
These crews that are here at the station right now, in 5 minutes from now, they might be inside fighting a fire, trying to help save someone's life.
The captain is urging anyone who wants to participate to switch their lights to red too. We are staying on top of new developments in 2 high-profile cases in Conway. Conway police announced arrests and arrest warrants in connection with 2 recent deadly shootings in that area. Authorities say 2 people have been arrested and 2 others now have an arrest warrant for the deadly shooting at the 5th Avenue Park. That was back on April 13th when investigators say 11 people were shot at the park. 2 of them died. Police say that ballistics testing shows that dozens of shots rang out that Sunday night.
There are approximately 73 rounds that were fired at 5th Avenue Park from 7 different weapons.
Tyler Antonio Jamal Ferris and Ryan Goings were arrested on Friday. Ferris is facing 2 counts of capital murder among other charges. Goings faces 11 counts of aggravated assault. Police also obtained warrants for 2 men who are brothers. If you have any information, you are asked to call Conway Police at the numbers you see right there on your screen. Also in Conway, a search is underway for a suspect who police say could be tied to a shooting that happened in the parking lot at the University of Central Arkansas. Officers say 29 rounds were fired from 4 separate guns on April the 19th. A UCA student who was a bystander was injured.
We currently have 3 suspects in custody on this. The 4th and final one, we have a warrant issued for them. This case, we've identified everyone.
Authorities say they are searching for Zion Bernard Jackson. A warrant was issued for his arrest. Anyone with information about any of the wanted individuals should contact the Conway Police Department at either of the numbers there on your screen. A Taneytown man pleaded guilty to locking a 5-year-old girl in a secret compartment behind his closet. In November of 2023, the Taneytown Police Department and the Arkansas Department of Human Services visited 40-year-old John Thompson's house to take custody of the child. Police say she had been locked in the small room with open insulation for about 30 minutes with a candle. DHS took her into its custody. Thompson was sentenced to 10 years in prison with 6 years suspended probation. 35th, that's where Arkansas lands on the new FBI Internet Crime Report, and Oklahoma landed at 27th. Altogether, the country lost more than $16.5 billion last year to scammers. That's a 33% increase from 2023. The top 3 cyber crimes were phishing, extortion, and personal data breaches. The prime target, people 60 years of age and older. The FBI says it received more than 4,200 complaints from Arkansans in 2023. Oklahoma had more complaints than Arkansas. The state with the most complaints was California. This weekend, family and friends are trying to process the tragic death of a young girl killed in a deadly church bus crash in Sallisaw. A memorial is growing for 11-year-old Bailey Coachman. She died last Wednesday night. Her father says right now he and his family are doing their best to honor and celebrate her life.
She was happy all the time.
A daddy's girl.
So much. She brought this light with her everywhere she went.
What a terribly difficult story there. Police now believe the church bus driver ran a stop sign causing the crash. The driver remains in critical condition. The funeral for Bailey Coachman is set for Tuesday at the House Church in Sallisaw. At least 2 University of Arkansas students had their student exchange and visitor information records reinstated. That's according to a university spokesperson. This comes after the Trump administration dropped a multi-state legal challenge after ICE canceled thousands of international students' immigration records. Those records are used by schools to make sure students are meeting the requirements of their visas. Now, according to court documents, ICE claimed the termination of records centered around students who had an alleged criminal history. The Justice Department says records are being reinstated for students who sued. Well, if you drive through one part of Fayetteville, you may want to consider alternate routes. Straight ahead here on this Sunday, the change in traffic flow for one heavily traveled area. And meteorologist William Morrison will be back to take us through the rest of April and into May, pinpointing which days have the greatest chance for thunderstorms. Keep it right here.